Okay. Now, just Treasury, with this report, so how are you going with supplying the Senate with the governance report we discussed last time?
Senator, there's an IPD, I can't remember the exact number, my colleagues might help me on that matter.
Sure.
That's currently with ministers to contemplate how best they wish to answer.
Okay, so you've given the report to the minister?
Senator, we've given a response to the IPD to the minister.
Sorry, you just said that it's with the minister to decide how to respond.
The response to the IPD is with the minister.
So has the minister seen the report?
Senator, I'll have to take that on notice.
Okay, what about the minister's office?
Actually, just refreshing my memory, I believe the minister has been provided with a copy of the report.
Okay. And who provided the minister with the briefing, verbal or written?
There was a written brief.
Okay. What did the brief say?
I don't have it with me, Senator.
Yeah, but what was the broad thrust of it?
I'll have to take that on notice.
Can't remember?
I can't remember to that level of precision.
It was a $24,000 report into the governance of housing in Australia.
Well,
yes, Senator.
This is the order for production of documents that was issued last week, isn't it?
We also asked about last estimates when they were here.
But
it's the same thing.
The order for production of documents was last week's exercise.
It's the same.
And the timetable for return of questions on notice for estimates, I don't think it's concluded yet.
I'm just asking him if he has any updates on.
I was interested. I mean, it did cause me, in considering this question, to consider whether.
It's very hard to get documents out of your government.
Whether if you put it on notice again, whether the clock started running again, but I haven't given that moment.
Well, we'll come back to that.
All right, we're very interested in people's views about that.
Okay. Well, look, let me ask you about let me ask Housing Australia then. So, Ms. Armour, have you seen this report?
No, this is I assume you're talking about the report that has been referenced in the press, where there was a matter raised relating to the chair.
That's right.
A number of years ago, and in accordance with good practice, the Treasury looked into that. I assume that's what you're talking about.
Have you been provided with the report?
I haven't been provided with that report.
I mean, the Financial Review today has a story saying that the Housing Australia chair tried to write own minutes. So I imagine that the board has had some discussion about these governance issues.
So I'm not quite sure what you mean by governance issues.
Would you like me to rephrase the question?
If you could, because I'm not sure there are governance issues.
So the evidence we received at the last estimates was that the Treasury told this committee that there was a report done by an organisation which cost $24,000. We've now heard it's been provided to the minister or their office in some form, and it was to do with broadly speaking, the governance and conduct of the organisation.
So my understanding was there was a review done in response to an issue raised by a former staff member, and that review concluded that there were no breaches of the Code of Conduct.
Okay, so has the board discussed these issues?
We're aware that there was that review.
Okay. So have you been provided with a summary of the report's findings as a director?
I have not seen this report.
Okay. I'm not asking you if you've seen the report. I'm asking now, were you provided with a summary of its findings? We were
informed that there was a conclusion that there was no breach of the Code of Conduct.
Who informed you?
A officer from Treasury.
Yeah, who was that?
A lady called Roxanne Kelly.
Roxanne Kelly, who is the head of the...
Ms Kelly was the Deputy Secretary Corporate at the relevant time.
Is she still there?
She's no longer with Treasury, Senator.
Okay. So she was the Deputy Sec for Corporate?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. So Ms Kelly came and briefed the board?
She told the board, yes.
Okay. And so Ms Kelly told the board about the contents of the report and its findings?
She told us...
It's not a trick question.
No, I know, but you have to appreciate we have we were not involved in the establishment of the review. We were not involved in the work that was done by Treasury. We weren't involved.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm asking the director of the organisation or one of the board members is because clearly, like according to the published reports and the evidence from the last estimates, there appear to be some problems about the culture. There are at least allegations that there are problems with culture in the organisation. So I guess what I'm asking you is the board, does the board have concerns about the organisation's culture?
I believe the board is continually monitoring the culture of the organisation and is absolutely invested and committed to the success of the organisation, and it's very concerned at all times to not only deliver the projects but for the staff to be enjoying and feeling satisfied with their working place. Okay,
I mean, you're a very, very experienced person. Do you receive reports about things like staff turnover and staff satisfaction?
We do receive those reports, yes.
Okay, and have you been briefed on staff turnover?
Yes, we have.
And how is that looking in the last year?
I don't have the exact figures in front of me, but there has been some staff turnover in the last year because we've had a restructure where we had a new CEO who joined us about a year ago, and as part of the change program at Housing Australia to position the organisation well for all the new responsibilities, that we've had a restructure.
So maybe I should ask Mr Langford some questions about staffing then. How many staff have left in the last year?
So, Senator, I've got the figure at the end of August 2025. The total turnover was 26.07%. That was based on an average headcount of
26%?
Yes, Senator.
Of the staff left?
That includes, so it was 41 employees who left the organisation. That included 8 redundancies, 3 terminations, and sadly 1 employee who passed away, and 29 employees who left voluntarily.
Okay. And how many bullying complaints have been made inside Housing Australia in the last year?
Senator, I might ask my colleague Ms Braid because I think she's got that information in her pack.
But thanks. Oh, okay, so I've got heaps more. So, yeah. So do you want me to stop? Or keep going on the line?
Why don't we go to Senator Pocock and then come back to you? Is that okay? Just so we keep it 10 and 10.
Well, should I finish his last question or not?
Yeah, if you've got one more.
Right, well, I think the question was how many bullying complaints were made inside Housing Australia in the past 12 months?
Senator, I'm aware that there have been 3 grievances lodged with people and culture in the past 12 months. They don't necessarily relate to bullying, they relate to matters of conduct in the organisation.
Okay, I think I'm at my time, so I'll have more for you, but I'll try to Chair. So I think I was just asking the Head of Human Resources some questions.
I think, Senator, you're referring to Ms Braid, who's the Chief Operating Officer?
Ms Braid, sorry. COO? Yes. Okay, so you had 3 formal complaints?
In the last 12 months, yes.
Yeah. And were any of those made to Fair Work?
We've had 3 matters referred to the Fair Work Commission in the past 12 months. 2 of those matters were resolved at the first conciliation hearing and the 3rd matter was withdrawn by the applicant.
How many of them resulted in payouts?
I'd need to take that question on notice.
You don't know?
I would not like to give information to the committee that may identify the applicant or in any way compromise confidentiality.
That's why I'm not asking about it. I'm asking if any of them resulted in payouts.
It may be the case.
It's because the number's small, Senator, there is a risk of identification. I think the official is entitled to take that on notice on that basis.
What about workers' comp?
So we currently have 4 active workers' compensation claims.
Okay. Any of them in relation to bullying?
The way that workers' compensation claims work is an employee can see a medical professional and be assessed, and if the medical professional believes that a workplace injury has been sustained, a claim can be made to Comcare. And the statement that goes along with that is the employee's subjective experience related to the injury. So the nature of those claims varies.
But are any of them in relation to bullying matters?
The nature of the claims varies.
Sorry, that's not a complete answer. I'm just wondering whether bullying has been raised in any of these particular cases. It's a binary thing, it's a yes or no.
Senator, some matters raised in the claims relate to interpersonal relationships in the workplace.
Okay. And so you said 6?
There are 4 active workers' compensation claims.
That's in addition to the 3 that went to Fair Work?
There is some crossover.
There is some crossover. Okay, fine, fair enough. And do these involve the board members, or these are all staff and staffing issues?
Yes, staffing-related matters.
There's no relationship to any director?
No.
Okay. And what about but none of the workers' comp cases have been resolved yet or concluded?
They are active claims.
Concluded or still ongoing?
Concluded would mean that the employee is back in the workplace. These are active claims. The employees are currently on workers' compensation.
They're on workers' comp, okay. So there's 4 people on workers' comp at the moment?
Yes.
Okay. What sort of timetable do you think applies?
That will depend on the nature of the injury and the length of time it takes to rehabilitate.
Okay, but are they physical and mental injuries?
Senator, I'd like to take advice on what information I can give to the committee.